Looks like someone forgot to pack their umbrella tonight. Oh, what's with that look? No need to be so defensive around me. Not tonight, at least. Relax, darling. I'm not here to take anything from the museum. I would have sent my calling card if I was. What am I doing here? Why, I thought you would have guessed by now why I'm here. I came by tonight to meet with a very important person. And wouldn't you know it, I see just the person I'm looking for rushing by in the rain. I'm here to see you, darling. Yes, you. Admittedly, I've been watching you. Just for the past couple of days. There's something important I wanted to talk to you about. But with all these police around the museum lately, well, I haven't been able to get the chance until now. I'm sure you understand, but the kinds of things I want to discuss are naturally things I can't have other people listening in on. No, it's not more flirting. It's about something else. Besides, you didn't seem too keen on flirting when I was doing it. And I was only doing it, so you'd be too flustered to catch me. Huh? What did I want to talk to you about? First, how about I give you something? Here. It's an umbrella. By the way you were running, it seems like you don't have one with you. Did you forget to check the weather today? Well, then, isn't it a good thing I ran into you tonight? You're still on the defensive against me. I understand where you're coming from here, but I really won't try anything this time. Come on, let's walk and talk. To where? I guess nowhere in particular. And after all, it isn't really like I can get out anywhere dressed in these clothes. It'd be much too easy for someone to tip off the police, don't you think? Afraid that you'd contact the police? No, not really. I get the feeling I've gained at least a little bit of your trust after that generous offering I left at your desk. Especially since I was kind enough to remove the curse from that tiara of yours. You should be glad. It was a really powerful one. Yes, really. I know you don't have any reason to believe me, but if you happen to ever have the opportunity to take your artifacts to someone who specializes in curses, I would suggest you do so from now on. I don't know why, but this museum in particular has had several cursed artifacts come in already. Yes, there are people who specialize in this sort of thing. But you have to be careful in choosing who you go to. Many of them would have no idea on how to properly handle an artifact worthy of a museum. Maybe you're right. I'm not the best at handling them with the care they deserve myself. But can you really blame me for how reckless I can be? Actually, don't answer that. Judging by your face, I already know what you want to say. So, you know you're being reckless then? Well, am I right? Oh, are you trying to lie to me right now? The head curator, new best friends to the local detective. Lying? Oh, what will become of such a thing? Will they perhaps turn to a life of a criminal? No, darling. I don't think I'm going to cut it out. You're just way too fun to tease after all. Do you really think I'd give that up anytime soon? Honestly, I never get to have this much fun after a good heist. Then again, this is also the first time I've ever run into anyone who wasn't a security guard. Do you think I'm acting too casual? I suppose you wouldn't expect someone like me to be anything more than a hardened criminal, huh? So, my darling curator, would you mind if I asked you a question? Hey, no need to be on edge with me. I'm not going to hurt you or anything. I don't want to hurt anyone. Look, tell me all you want, but it's the truth. I know we got off on the wrong foot and all, but I think I'd like to start over. Well, I mean, it's not exactly start over, but, you know what? I know I'm not acting all mysterious or any of that stuff you might have been expecting of me. But, you see, the thing is, I'm gonna have to ask something of you that I've never had to ask anything before. And it's not exactly easy, you know? What did I want to ask you? Well, I'd like to know if you happen to have any information regarding a certain artifact that's currently on display in the museum in Ottawa. I heard it's a pretty well-known painting that was recently discovered to be the lost work of a painter from the Italian Renaissance. The name escapes me, but it's a landscape of a vineyard with a tree in the foreground and a cat lounging on one of the branches. It's oil on canvas, I think. Oh, don't you worry. I need this information for a good reason, I assure you. How do I know you won't just tip off your new detective friend? I suppose I don't. Frankly, I wouldn't blame you if you did. Besides, I like having an audience. My last job was severely lacking an audience. Can't say I didn't enjoy the experience, though, darling. Oh, you didn't enjoy it? Well, we can't have that now, can we? I'll have to do a better job of entertaining you the next time. But on to more pressing matters. Do you happen to know anything about this painting? Yes, I know you're not going to know about every artifact in existence. Can't you ever just be cooperative for once? Not when it involves crime. I told you already. I'm doing this for the greater good. Even if you don't necessarily believe me, it would help if you'd put at least a little bit of trust in me. I know I'm asking for a lot, but time is of the essence here. What I mean is that if the curse on that painting doesn't get removed, I'm certain someone at the museum is going to die. I can't explain everything yet. The less you know about why I'm doing what I do and who's behind the curses placed on ancient and rare artifacts, the better. I'm not going to get you any more involved in this than I have to. No, I'm really not joking. When I told you that night that I took the demon's eye tiara to remove the curse that was placed on it, I was telling the truth. Like I said earlier, I suggest from now on, you take certain artifacts to a person who specializes in curses, just so they can explain how risky being in contact with a curse can be. Me? No, I'm not someone who specializes in them. At least, not professionally. You could call it a hobby of mine. I use this hobby to protect people. People like you. You're getting all flustered again, darling. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I do enjoy seeing you like this, if I'm being honest. You have a question for me? Go on then. What is it? Who am I? I'm under the mask and the outfit, you mean? You know very well I can't ever tell you that. Not if I want to keep the cops off my back. No, not even when I finish my job. How much longer? I really shouldn't be telling you even as much as I've already told you. And you want more information? Your curiosity is very insatiable, isn't it? Just know that it probably won't be too much longer. Then I'll get out of your hair and the hair of the museum employees all around the world. You want to know why I started doing this in the first place? Well, all I can say is that I have a very important client who hired me to do this for them, and that the stakes are pretty high. That enough for you? Actually, don't answer that. It's going to have to be enough for now. No, you don't know me personally. I mean, there's billions of people in the world, so it would be a super improbable coincidence for you and I to know each other personally. Anyway, the painting. I just figured I'd ask because it was pretty big news when it was discovered. Sunrays. What an odd title for a painting like that. Even stranger that such a peaceful painting would have such a powerful curse attached to it. You know anything else that might be useful? Nothing besides what I already know, huh? That's fine. Thanks for the info. And thanks for not immediately calling the cops on me. You don't act like it, but I think you trust me more than you're letting on. At least a little bit. Anyway, it's about time I take my leave. The umbrella. Keep it. You might need it sometime. Well, until we meet again. I'll see you next time, darling. Guess who? Good evening, darling. Did you have a good day at work? Busy day, huh? Yeah, I bet. Looked pretty packed when I stopped by earlier. Of course I came by. You didn't think I only came to museums to steal things, did you? Well, of course nobody was causing a scene. I wasn't dressed like this. I was wearing my day clothes. Why? I wanted to see if there was anything new. Simple as that. Aw. Did you think I came by earlier to speak to you, darling? I can't be showing you what I look like without this. You'd simply fall too in love with me too fast. I know that you weren't expecting to see me for a while after our last meeting, but I need your help with something. Darling, have you really known me to lie? I'm actually quite hurt that you could say such a thing about me. Yes, fine. You've got me. There's a reason I'm here, and it isn't just to see you. Although, seeing you is a pleasant bonus. Of course it's important. I wouldn't have come if it wasn't. Well, remember that painting I spoke about the last time we met? Yes, that one. Sunrise, I think you called it. I'm leaving for Ottawa soon to collect it. Well, it's rather simple. I'd like you to accompany me on this little business trip. I know what you're thinking. This is the sort of thing I would normally do on my own, but I want you to think about it. This is a painting that is highly praised as magnificent, even though it was only recently discovered. Wouldn't you want an opportunity to see such a painting with your own eyes? Well, what better chance are you going to have than this one? Oh, don't look at me like that. I get it. You don't like the idea of doing what you think is a crime, but think of it this way. Doing this helps keep people safe from what are probably the most dangerous curses anyone has ever placed on anything. Not enough, huh? Well, darling, I really must implore you to reconsider your stance on this. If you're worried about missing work, I'm willing to split the earnings of this job with you. If it's not that, then what is it? It's not like the police there would recognize your face. Besides, I'll get you a mask and a show costume and everything. Yes, a show costume. Did you not expect that you'd also be part of the performance? That's just how the job goes, darling. Don't tell me someone like you has a bit of stage fright. Have an What more explanation do you need aside from knowing that I need you to accompany me? No, it's not a trick. Just trust me. Yeah? Look, I know that my methods are a little unconventional, but they get results. I've already told you that I can't just explain to people that I'm helping a client remove curses from artifacts. A defense like that would never hold up in court, even if it is true. But I need you with me on this one. I have to go a bit undercover for this job, and I can't do that without an escort. Yes, an escort. Someone who knows a thing or two about museums and artifacts and, all that stuff. Do I know about that stuff? Well, I know a little, but not enough to get me through without help. Not this time. Well, this is one of those circumstances when it's best to not start with the direct approach. It's too dangerous to start with a big show. Not when there's so little information about this piece and its curse. And on top of that, I think it would just be better if someone like you were to handle the painting when the time came. I've never had to take a painting, so I'm admittedly not entirely sure if I can approach the artifact with as much care as it needs. Yes, I actually am concerned with the handling of historical artifacts, believe it or not. I've always tried my best to be gentle with them. Besides, I've met someone very interesting recently who cares a great deal about them. Wouldn't want to take the opportunity to see such things away from that person, you know? Is that really still not enough reason to convince you to accompany me? If you're worried about me trying anything with you, I promise I won't. It's just a business proposal, I assure you. If you wanted? Well, yes, if you wanted me to, I wouldn't mind. But last time was. Excuse me. Why are you laughing at me? Payback for teasing you the first time, huh? I suppose that's fair. But, darling, you really should think about joining me this time around. It'd be loads of fun, albeit a bit dangerous for someone of your level of experience. No, handling the painting isn't all I need you to do for me. The thing is, I have to turn this into a bit of an inside job as well, which means that I will be posing as a security guard of that museum. And I'd like it if you could accompany me and pose as a museum tour guide. You'd be able to see the different exhibits, and I know you've done a great deal of research about all sorts of artifacts, so I've figured you'd be the perfect partner for a job of this kind. Yes, I suppose that would make you an accomplice to a crime, but think about the lives you'd be saving in the process. Yes, lives. Actual human lives. Don't make that face. I've already proven to you that I'm telling the truth about my goals, and I'm not going to lie now. Not when this is my last heist. Oh, did I not mention that already? Sorry, but I guess I've just been so concerned with how I'm going to pull this whole thing off that I forgot to mention it. But yes, this is the last item I'm contracted to pass on to my client. Then I will have done everything they asked of me. What will I do? I mean, probably the same stuff I do now without all the traveling and theatrics. Believe it or not, I do have a job in my day life. Oh, darling. Are you really worried about whether or not you'll ever get to see me again? I didn't know you cared so much. I'm sure you'll see me again after my work is done. You just won't know it's me. My company entertains you. Why, that is probably the most surprising thing I've ever heard. I figure you would have been put off by me or something. So, do you think you'd be willing to do this with me? I've got all the details planned out and everything, so you wouldn't have to worry about a thing. You'll do it? Really? Perfect. Then I'll prepare everything for you immediately, alias disguise. You won't have to worry about creating any of that yourself. Dangerous. I mean, anytime you're dealing with curses, there's bound to be a certain level of danger, but don't you worry. I'll make sure no harm comes to you during any of this. Yes, you have my word. You may be my partner in this, but that doesn't mean you should be dealing with the same level of danger as I am. Yes, my partner. You know, in crime. Don't worry. It's not like it'll go on any record or anything. But I'd advise you to at least not tell your boss any details about the leave you're about to take. Just keep everything as vague as possible. And absolutely do not tell the detective where you're headed. I don't want you to be traced back to this job. Great. Well, I'll be on my way then. Thanks for agreeing to do this with me. I'll make sure you don't regret it, partner. Until next time, darling.